Right? Now, you also mentioned a topic about both parents working and who is going to teach each child and so on. But I want you to stay tuned because we definitely have that issue to deal with in a future program coming up. Right? So you stay tuned and we're definitely going to be dealing with that in a future program coming up. Right? I think your comments are valid. We want to thank you for your comments because as we say, we're coming to the end of the program for tonight. We have like 15 minutes again to go. We are getting permission to go like 15 minutes. So we want to thank you for participating and welcome to comment. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
George, I have one more. I have another email. One more.
Yeah, read it. Because we.
Okay, and this is from Tara. This is a second helping sort of. And Tara says, I disagree with George because you can go on a friendly date. If your parenting skill is good, then nothing will happen what you don't want to happen. I think George is confusing dating with courting. First time we're getting this thought. Thank you very much, Tara. Says, remember, a child is like a tree. If you nurture the child properly, then you should reap the rewards. How wonderful. Thank you so much, Tara. Comments from the panel.
Well, I want to tell Tara, I am not confusing dating with courting. As a matter of fact, if you're dating, I think you're courting. If you're going out on a friendly outing or something, that's a difference. If you're dating somebody, you have every intent. Doesn't mean you are involved with that person. You definitely have a relationship. You are looking for a relationship. Right?
Not necessarily, George.
I know. You have a different views.
I don't think it's necessary either.
Okay, people can have the different views. Why would you date someone who you're not having a relationship with or don't have intention of having an intimate relationship with? If Tara has a view, anybody else has a view, well, so be it. I can't see how dating is not courting.
But let me tell you something. If you take dating and forget the non-awareness of it and use the verb to date someone, all it means is that you have a particular date, a time that you have arranged to see this person.
That's an appointment.
Exactly, that's all.
But
I have a date with you. Okay.
A dating you is different from an appointment, and we need to clear this. And you see, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that we don't have much time to really explore and beat up on this topic a little more. You see, because if I make an appointment to meet you for lunch, that's an appointment. That's a different.
That's a date too, and I am so thankful that Tara because
I will want to stay disagreeing on that because I am not going on any date with anybody who I'm not interested in. When you go on a date, you're going with somebody where you are interested in a lunch date or something, a lunch appointment to meet somebody to discuss business. That's a different. You make a date to do that. A date meaning the 17th or the 16th. That's an appointment.
But children are different. Let me tell you something. When a child, my daughter comes and says to me, George's son, there's a picture showing and he was telling me about it and we would like to go to it. I think, no, the point is that my daughter ain't going with George's son except I know George.
Yes.
So you see, I know how I would train my child. So what I'm talking about is what I would do in my home. No, there's other people. Yeah.
John, I accept the part that not every time somebody go out on a date, sex will have to take place or sex will take place. I accept that.
It might not even be thought of.
Because it might not even be thought of. But you see, the fact that you go out there with the person on a date is somebody you're interested in, and you want to get to know them, and you get to know them better. So you go, but not every time you go on a date, some intimacy will take place, right?
George, you have words like this. Look, you will find two children go on a date, and next week they go with somebody else a date. Yeah. It is different from when you say we're going steady. That is different.
John, we go out on a date. Sometimes it's not so much for the intimacy, it's to get to know you better. So therefore, in many instances, you may not be looking at any intimacy in your first date or your first night out. You're feeling out the person, you want to get to know the person better. But going on an appointment to discuss some kind of business or something, that's far different.
An adult goes on business. Children go just one another as a little company. They go so that we can go together. And Jane goes with George this today, and next Saturday, the same Jane goes with Ralph.
Okay.
About it. Because they're not going steady.
Yeah. Okay, well, John, I'm really sorry I couldn't take you on some more. I mean, we come to end. I mean, this 2 hours it probably flies so fast. And you have to probably continue this topic outside the ring, eh? You see, because there are too many referees and so on. So you have to continue this topic outside the ring. But I want to thank. Well, let me ask Larry and John to wind up, and then I'll come in after.
Okay. Larry, you want to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. My parting shot. First of all, let me say a very good night to our listeners. It was indeed a pleasure rapping with you, and I look forward next time to another very interesting topic, which we should probably hear about a little later. But let me give my parting shot. And I want to say that if we as parents, in a loving relationship with our children, train them the values of our culture and stick to it, we can expect success in creating rounded citizens. My take.
Okay, and I would agree exactly what you say as well, John. I mean, if some of us parents really instill the value in our children, I don't think as well too there's anything for us to be afraid with our children. Things that our children would slip out our hands and probably remove from the value that we teach them at home. So I want to call on all parents to instill proper value and manage the children accordingly, and I think they will not regret it at all. So I want to say thanks to all for listening tonight, and hopefully next week, Monday, God willing, we catch up again. Have a good night. God bless.
Thank you both. I want to say tonight that I appreciate all the comments that were made on the program tonight. Those who sent in your email, those who called, and even those from my two co-hosts. I think tonight was a very lively discussion, very lively debate. Even though I did not accept all the points made or agree with all the points made, I want to say though that we do agree on one thing, that I know the panel here tonight do agree on one thing. Parenting skills plays a very important role in a child's development. We all agree on that, and I think that is the most important thing that came in this discussion here tonight. Parenting skills. I think a parent or parents are the first teacher, and you have to mold the kind of individuals that we have that are going to grow up in society and to make a better country. Your parenting skills is responsible for that. Whether you work as a profession, as a professional, or you don't work, even if you're home as a homemaker, which we used to call the housewife in time gone by. Now, modern society has devalued the role as a homemaker, what we call homemaker today. That is unfortunate, because a homemaker is someone who have a 24/7 job. You are responsible in shaping the future prime ministers and doctors and lawyers for the country. Your social responsibility must not be taken lightly. You must depart your knowledge as effective and as efficient as one ought to do it for your to your kids. Your kids has to be you has to be your kids' role model. You must be your kids' role model, not society, not the friends in school, or not anybody in the magazine. You have to conduct yourself for your kids to model you. Your values you have to instill your values in your children, in your kids, for a better society. So, this is where I know we all agree on tonight. And I think that's a very important point. Even though we share different views, we did all agree that parenting skills plays a very important role, and probably the most vital role in the bringing up of a child. So I want to thank all of you for listening, those of you who participate by email, those of you who call in, and those of you who reach us by Facebook and so on. I know last week after the program we still get some comments after. We want to thank you all, and we look forward to having you join us next week for another lively debate. Tell it as it is. My name is Leon George, and see you again. Come next week when we have another program on the #1 internet station. Tell it like it is.